What's going on, y'all? I just got home from work, actually. Or well, I wasn't at work the whole time, but I just finally got home for the night. I was I told somebody I was going to do a live tonight, and I don't like I can't tell somebody I'm going to do something and then not do it. So I had to come on for like at least a minute or so. But I was messing with thumbnails, like I was trying to like save pictures to a file and then use it and put it. I'm trying to like get better at YouTubing, and it was pissing me off. And I saved the picture. So it's September 11th, right? So I was gonna get on here and talk about September 11th. You already know, Abby. I'm about to say all kinds of wild shit. But anyway, so I was trying to do a little thumbnail and put a picture of like the Twin Towers as the thumbnail and like try to mess with do some hashtags or whatever, get some people to like click on the shit and watch it. But for whatever reason, like I was saving, I tried to save it to like two different folders. I saved it to downloads and I saved it to pictures. And even when I go to open the file up, there's like a picture of the picture that I just saved. But when I click on it, hey, what's up, Deb? I know I still haven't made your song. I promise you I'm going to, though. I just want to do it good. But so yeah, I sold that phone and got out of my T-Mobile contract. So kind of happy about that. Um, and then I ended up talking to the people at T-Mobile for a little while after I sold the phone. So the guy, I think he's like a manager or whatever at the T-Mobile store. I got to talking to him, and he does Twitch. Like he plays some racing game on Twitch, and I was telling him like, well, yo, so you know how to do that OBS? You use that? And he's like, yeah. So anyway, he knows what the hell he's doing with that. And I told him about the Fiverr guy, how I paid money for a guy to like help me with this YouTube stuff. And anyway, long story short, he said, if I can't get right, like if I can't get it figured out, to come back in there and hit him up, and like he'll come. Or actually, I got a laptop, so he ain't even got to come over here. I could take the laptop up to his work or something. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't even ask him for his phone number or anything, but actually, they both of the people that worked in T-Mobile subscribed to my YouTube channel, so hell, they might even be watching this right now. What's up, y'all? Uh, yeah, that's what they say, man. But that's not what he said. Actually, he said it's actually kind of a bitch if you don't know what you're doing. So, and I'm pretty much like I won't say I'm computer illiterate. I know like a little bit. Like I grew up in the '90s, so I kind of know how to use computers, but just I'm no technical wizard. Just put it that way. Um, yeah, I wish I was high all day. What's going on, white boy? How y'all doing? Y'all ready to talk about September 11th? Should we wait? I'm sorry to hear that, Deb. I was 20 years old, getting ready to turn 21 when that happened, 2001. And Yeah, I'll never forget that. Like I slept till like 1 o'clock that day. My buddy comes beating on the door talking about, "Wake up, we're under attack. Wake up, you asshole, we're under attack." Make a second channel and a Patreon. So you don't think I should start talking about that on this one? I should since I got all these subscribers that I'll probably never get back if they shut this shit down. All right. I'll uh I'll try real hard not to get this shit shut down. But I am about to talk about some stuff right now. Uh Yeah, I don't think they're gonna shut me down, but they can like mess with the algorithms, I think, and like make sure like I don't get a bunch of views. Probably, I think they have already done that. I don't know if people are like, because I started listening to this dude, man. He's cool as hell. His name is OG Silverback. Y'all should check him out. Oh, actually, I'll tell you this too. I just emailed, or no, I didn't email her. I messaged her on Instagram. We'll see. We're about to see what happens with it. But the people at T-Mobile were telling me like, yo, you need to reach out to Jelly Roll's girl, Bunny. She has a podcast. I bet you she would like to have you on there. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about either one of those. I'll talk about all wars. They're fake. They're a racket. Uh, the most decorated Marine general of all time was named Major General Smedley Darlington Butler, and he had a whole chest full of medals, and he gave all them shits back and said he didn't want them. He wrote a book called "War is a Racket." Exactly. That's what it is. And I really respect that guy a lot, for doing what he did and coming out. But it's like people don't want to hear that. But I want to ask y'all a question real quick. Since today is September 11th, how many of you guys? It says there's 13 people in here right now. Uh, yeah. So I need 209 more watched hours. You got to have 3,000 watched hours and 1,000 subscribers. I've got 1,425 subscribers, and I've got 2,791. I'll have more after this tonight. But yeah, I'm right at the cusp of getting monetized. But then once I'm monetized, I don't know what to do after that. I have no clue what to do. Somebody said enable super likes or something, so maybe I'll do that. I don't know. But I want to ask you guys. There was 13. Now there's only 11 of you. How many of you 11 have ever heard of World Trade Center Building 7? Um, I'm not sure, Deb. Oh, no kidding. That's crazy. They were just refused to monetize you. They might do that to me too. Who knows? I know nothing about any of this. But I know I got that Ian Big interview coming up in like 2 weeks. And hopefully Jelly Rose Girl will call me back. That'd be pretty cool. I told her in the message about, I think I told you guys about this, right? Like the day them guys tried to get me, I went to the Jelly Roll concert and I was talking to his sister and she went to go get him to talk to me. I said all that in the message. Are you staying with the Sweat Lodge people next month? Oh, no, Deb, I took that down because I felt like I didn't think I never actually even went back and watched that, but just after it was over, I just chose not to save it just because I felt like it probably sucked. I tell you, I'm still super sketched out about being on the internet, especially like singing live. Like I like when I mess up, like I don't know. Um, what do you mean? Am I staying with them next month, Abby? But yeah, they didn't take that down, Deb. I just didn't put it up because I don't know. It was probably good, I should have like watched it before. Well, if I could do it once, I could do it again. Oh, I don't remember them saying I could spend the night there. The first time I was there, they told me that I could like camp up there or whatever. I remember that the first time. But yeah, I wouldn't mind camping out there. Why you gonna spend the night with me? If I do, nobody answered my question. How many of you know anything about Building 7? Say no more then. I'll bring a tent. Okay, we got one guy that knows about Building 7. Yeah. And did you know that the news, like they said on the news, all right, well, check this out, you guys. This is amazing that 23 years later, like nobody even has ever heard of Building 7. They said pull it. They didn't say dropped it. They said pull it. And pull it is a term that is frequently and always, that's used in controlled demolitions. When they say pull, that means bring the building down. And they announce on live news that Building 7 has just come down. And then they were like, "Oh wait, no, it hasn't." And they said that it had come down before it actually came down. And like, there's a recording, you can hear them say, "Pull it," like they brought that building down. Like, um, yeah, exactly. They said the Building 7 had come down and it was still up. Like crazy, crazy, and like nobody has ever even heard of this. I'll tell you something else. What was I about to say? Oh, so before I went to prison this last time, I was sitting in Overton County Jail in Livingston, Tennessee, and there was a guy in there, and he had been in the Air Force. And I was like, I should have told another story before this, but because I didn't used to believe this. Matter of fact, I am going to rewind. When it first happened, I was 20 years old. I started getting on like video chat rooms and speaking with Arab folk, Saudis, Pakistanis. You know, let's see. I remember one guy. He was a Saudi, and he was a I can't remember if he was a Sunni or a Shiite. I think he was a Shiite. Um, hey, bro, thanks for coming, man. I appreciate it. So anyway, I would ask these people. I said, why did you guys do that to us? Why did y'all blow us up? Dude said, we didn't do that. And he said your government did that. And I was like, yeah, right. Like that's the craziest thing I ever heard in my life. And I didn't believe it. And I've told you guys this before. Once I saw people holding hands and jumping out them buildings, I could just imagine. I seen it through my eyes. I guess that's part like being an empath. When you can put yourself in other people's shoes, that's called empathy. And it was like I could just imagine. I was imagining being in there and like the flames cooking you alive and jumping out. Having no other choice, or having only one choice. Do I stay here and just melt alive, or jump out this window and get a few breaths of air before I fall to my doom? And that really, like, man, it affected me seriously. Like I was just like a kid, and never thought, gave it a second thought about like what was happening in the world or who was running the world. But from that moment, I just had to know, why did that happen. I wanted to know why it happened, who was responsible, and what was going on. And so like I said, I started getting on chat rooms, and I would talk to oh yeah, that's Islamic symbolism. It's all tied together, man. All the religions of the book, the Mohammedans, the Islam. Judea. You call it Judeo-Christianity for a reason, but it's all tied together. There's a book I want. It's not even a big book. It's a small book. You guys can read it real fast. You can read it within a couple of days. It's called Matrix of Power by Jordan Maxwell. Read that book. Uh, do it. And it's old. But so what was I about to say? So yeah, I didn't believe that. But anyways, fast forward, I was in jail in Livingston, and there was this Air Force guy, and I was like, man, we did that. They did that. Like this is after I've been studied it for years and years and years, and I came to the conclusion, like, yeah, it's absolutely true. Uh, I learned about PNAC, the Project for a New American Century. Like, there's all these neoconservatives. They're called neocons. That basically means Zionist. That's a code word for people that support Israel and basically make our country the extension of Israel. And they had what's called a global think tank where all these people come together and sit in a room and like brainstorm or whatever. And you guys can look this up. It's declassified. You can read the minutes of the meeting. They say we need to invade this country, this country, this country, this country, this country, this country, and this country. And the American people is starting. Let's see where it is. I think it started with like Libya or something. But Iraq, Iran, North Korea, Russia, like they're all on the list. And they said the American people would never stand behind such a war, minus some foreign attack on American soil, like a new Pearl Harbor. And this was in September of the year 2000. And wouldn't you know it, almost they have this conference saying, oh, we need somebody to attack us so that we can go to war with these countries. It happens. Exactly what they wanted to happen happened. And then they've been picking off these countries, going down the list and not even changing the order. Like, if you can go back and read this and see that we have started conflicts with every single country on that list, it's just wild, man. Like, everybody just wants to watch the news and believe that shit that they're told. It's crazy. So yeah, where was I? What were we talking about? But yeah, I fully and also, like, I've worked with explosives. I've worked with explosives. I've not done like demolishing skyscrapers, but I do understand about explosive forces, and it's a lot like economics, really. Like, there's universal laws that you can apply to anything. I don't know. I hope not. YouTube might have just pulled the plug on me. Exactly. They imploded. You know how much work goes into that? Like, you have to place these charges in strategic points to make that building implode on itself like that. That ain't just going to happen on its own. That's not going to happen because a plane hit it 63 floors up in the air. So yeah, you must have lost sound, Quantum Stellar, because it seems like everybody else can hear me still. Yes, ma'am. How you doing, Norma? It has been a day for sure. I drove around in a dump truck for 11 hours and I listened to a song in another language called Norsk. You guys ever heard of Norsk? But anyway, it's a badass song. I think I played it for you guys before. But it's called Hellvegen, and it's about walking the road to hell. And I mean, by hell, I don't mean like the Christian hell. I mean like the afterlife. Exactly. Protocols of the learned elders of Zion. So here's another fun fact. Matter of fact, I probably can't show it to you because it took me forever to find this. There's this there's a documentary called The Protocols of Zion. And so this is how this conversation came up. I asked Kevin because, well, first I was talking to Chad Marks. Right, it was when I was doing that interview, and he's like, "Oh, I interviewed Troy Kell." And at first I didn't know who he was talking about. I was like, "Yeah, I don't think I know who that is." But then I saw his interview with Troy Kell, and like as soon as it came on, I'm like, man, I do know who this is. I watched this documentary. There's a documentary in HBO about him. It's called Gladiator Days, and they make him out to be like this super ultra racist, but dude is actually, everybody says he's hella cool. You know, like, yeah, he killed a black dude, but the black dude was like flexing on him. The black dude said he was going to kill him. Like, it wouldn't have mattered what color he was. Like, that dude ain't gonna let nobody threaten to kill him. He's gonna take him out first. Dude is doing a life sentence. Uh, but anyway, yeah, I had watched this documentary 20 something years ago on HBO. So I realized, like, yeah, I do know who this is. And then I realized that his co-defendant, like, that he had a buddy, you know, that like laid on top of the guy while dude stabbed the shit out of him. And that guy, and I remember watching it in the documentary, but this is way before I ever even thought about living in New Jersey or working in New Jersey or being in prison in New Jersey. But I remember that his co-defendant had gotten sent to Trenton, New Jersey. And I was down there, like, I had been in church service. I knew this guy and never realized, like, that I watched this dude on HBO 20 years ago. But so anyway, I had messaged Kevin. I was like, hey, we were down there with what the hell's his name? Eric. What the hell's his name? Well, it don't matter. His name's Eric. And anyway, he was like, yeah, we were down here with him. Planker, like, he really wanted me to like talk hella shit about this dude on YouTube because Planker was really good friends with Richard Kuklinski, the Iceman. And if I'm not sure if you guys know about this or not, but uh, a lot of people do. You know, Richard Kuklinski was, you know, allegedly he had 300 bodies. Like, he was a mafia hitman, and you know, he poisoned people. They called him the Iceman because he put people in freezers and stuff. Yeah, and I had read the book about him when I was in the county jail, Confessions of the Iceman, but never really dreamed. Yeah, dude was a huge guy. Um, I could read you some of Kevin's emails. He's where he's talking about him. But anyway, he said Iceman kicked Eric. Why can't I remember his damn name? I'm gonna have to look it up now. Uh, Kicked him out of his cell for like hugging up on people that weren't white, which I I don't really get down like that. You know, like I'm not off of the I don't hate anybody, and you know, I don't really condone belittling somebody for, you know, I've hugged plenty of black dudes in my life and probably gonna hug some more before it's over with. But anyway, so the Iceman, but he wasn't cool. He kicked dude out of his cell. Well, I think what it was is because he had like white power tattoos. He had like Nazi. He had white gang tattoos on him. I man, I messed with the black chick a while back, and I learned my lesson. I ain't never doing it again. She was really pretty, you know. Like so I shouldn't even be talking about this, but anyway, I did like the girl, but she was real crazy, man. She tried to trap your boy off, and I know I probably shouldn't take it out on all of them, but I am. I'm never doing it. I tried it, and never again. Um, I can't be on here for no 3 hours tonight, guys. But oh yeah, I was going to JPay. Do you guys want to hear a song Kevin wrote about me? He's written several, but he just did one like yesterday. Cool. All right, let's see. Where's it at? Not there. Oh, here it is. The owl-throat shaman sees at night, the eyeless preacher has blind prey. The little mice and voles and moles, the owl-throat shaman is all eyes. Not only sun and moon and stars, but into the lap of the earth mother, and into the sky of Wen father, and into the lightning of the sun. They are show and we are real, and something in between. We are all led by the shaman's eyes, and we are all led by all our shaman's eyes. Yeah, he's always just. I could find some other ones, but they're probably like it's been a while. That was just from like yesterday, so I thought you guys might want to hear it. So, but anyway, yeah, he wanted me to say bad stuff about this guy that was Troy Kell's cellmate, and he's down at Trenton. Oh, and this is the whole reason why I got off on this topic is because you said protocols of the elders of Zion. Um, Kevin was like, I was in a documentary with him. So that dude had gotten cool with some people from HBO, and the guy was like a Jewish guy, you know, and basically it's some Jewish propaganda. Just like there was this bullshit today, man. I listened to it for about 30 minutes and I had to turn it off. Like YouTube had this video called Conspiracy, and they had some guy on there and they were trying to make him out to look like a lunatic, you know. But there ain't nothing that dude said that I don't agree with 100,000%. But it was all just a bunch of propaganda trying to make people like that guy and people like me look like we're insane when we're not insane at all. And I think the majority of people know it. So that brings me to another story. I'm bad. I'm getting off on hella tangents tonight, but I guess I got a lot to say. So I was in the county jail. This dude was in the Air Force. I was like, bro, we did that shit. He's like, you guys hear this? You hear this, dude? And I said, bro, I said, I will just about guarantee you that you can ask everybody in this room right now, and more people will agree with me than will agree with you. More people will tell you that it was an inside job than not. So I start going around, hey, inside job or no, inside job, and right around that time, exactly when this is happening, the elevator doors open up, and there's a cop and the nurse is coming to. I think we froze up for a second. But matter of fact, as I'm telling this kid this, I said, I bet you the cops will even tell you that we did it. Right as I'm saying that, the elevator doors open up. There's a cop and a nurse standing there. I turn around, I look at the cop. I said, hey, September 11th, inside job or no? The cop looks at it and says, inside job all day. I said, told you. The nurse is standing there and she's like, what? What are you saying? What are you talking about? And like, anyway, like the door's shut. They gave whoever their pills and the door's shut. He took her back up that elevator. I don't know what he showed her, but that cop, she was a girl. She came up to me. I'm laying in the bunk and she comes up to me like the next day and she's like, I believe it. I believe it. Like she totally didn't believe it at first, but whenever whatever that cop showed her or whatever he told her, I don't know, but she believed it before it was over with. So I guess I said that to say this: there's a lot of people are waking up to the goings on. I've been on this trail for 15, 20 years now. Well, yeah, 20 years, 23 years as a matter of fact, because that's what really opened my eyes up and made me want to know what was happening. Was what happened 23 years ago today that changed me. Yeah, I got hella messages from a flanker in here. Okay, there I just got a song he read or wrote. This one says, just read your response, and it's funny that I started to not put morning after the first time I saw you respond with rising. So he's talking about that because he said good morning, and I explained to him. I said, I'm not mourning anything. I said, I wrote him back grand rising. Like I said, I try not to say morning. I try not to say a lot of words, but I said I'm not mourning anything. And I said, words have power. They're vibrations, like everything. So he's said, it's funny. I started not to put morning after the first time I saw you respond with rising. And now I know that I should have followed that voice. As above, so below, as the saying goes. I read everything I could find when I first got down, but over the years I went back over only to heathen, Celtic, and Hindu sources, which were more or less ways of glorifying our ancestors and nature in the beginning. Um, but yeah, exactly. Mourning is a negative emotion. It's sadness. It's grief. It's despair. And I told him we ain't doing none of that. We're proud to be alive. We're positive. We're grateful. We're thankful, appreciative, because like I'm living proof the law of attraction works. I've proved it, not more than once. Exactly. I I I'm I'm thankful for every breath of air I take. Well, we got some people in here. Yeah, Iceman, Quantum Stellar. He might have been over 6'6". He was a huge guy. Yes, ma'am. Good night, Deb. I'm gonna have to go pretty soon too. Maybe in another like 30. I might have another 30 minutes in me, but I don't want to stay up real late. I was thinking I was gonna get rained out of work tomorrow, but now they pushed the rain back till tomorrow night. So I'll probably have a 3-day weekend. Get rained out Friday. Maybe might not even get rained out Friday now. But thank you for stopping by, Deb. Appreciate you. Um, yeah. So Kevin actually uh, knew him very really well. Matter of fact, I'm trying to find that. I'm trying to find the message that it was from today, so it shouldn't be that hard. Yeah. Okay. Guys are dying in here and can't quit because it comes through the vent, and the new death row is mental. Richie died from food poisoning. So I told you guys about how I had read that in the book where he claimed he was being poisoned by the jail. Um, but when he says Richie, he's talking about the Iceman, Richard Kuklinski. Um, let's see. He had a mom and daughter coming to see him, and he was filling them both up at the same time in his last year, so he made out all right and always lived like a king. He scared the shit out of cops and inmates alike and had fun fucking with people like I do. And I'll tell those stories on your YouTube channel one day, perhaps. Um, they said I'd do nothing but grow up in prison and die on death row and die on death. They killed the Iceman with conditions, and we killed the death penalty. And I'm actually going to survive prison if they keep slipping up and letting me have nutrients and access to the court. As it stands now, I get one or two somewhat healthful meals a week, and I figured out a way to access the court through the law firm representing the medical and mental health doctors in one of my cases. Uh, but anyway, yeah, Iceman, he died in '06, and I caught my case in '08. So I just barely I would have known him too if he hadn't died in 2006. If he'd have lived a couple more years. I'm getting closer to my 3,000 watched hours. After this tonight, I've had over 10 people in here for 33 minutes right now. So if I make it another 26 minutes with all of you guys that are here now, that'll give me that'll put me over 2,800 anyway. I'll have less than 200 hours to go before I can get the monetization. But then I have no idea what I'll do with it after that. I'm hoping this guy that I hired to help me with the YouTube channel uh, works some magic for me. Well, I appreciate that. Once I figure out like the technical stuff, man, and get good with the computer, I think maybe I really can make something out of this. Hey, thanks, Quantum Stellar. Um, but yeah, I got. It can't be that hard to figure it out. If jumpsuit Pablo can do it, and JD Delay can. I mean, I don't know. I'm not about to scream in the camera like JD Delay does all the time, but I do. So I was usually when I go on lunch break, I'm over at what we call the borrow, is where we get the dirt from. But today it hit 11 o'clock while I was down in the pit dumping. So I had like all the operators, the dozer operators, the dude driving a bobcat, backhoe, right? Well, I'm sure they're all. I mean, they kind of just work their way out, you know. Whenever they cross my mind, I usually tell them to you guys. But I'm telling you this one. This happened today actually. So what's going on, Eric Caps? So I just dumped my dirt. It was 11 o'clock. The dozer operator was like, come on over, eat lunch with us. So normally I sit in my truck and eat, but you know the guy invited me over there with him, and I don't remember how it got. I said something about YouTube, and one of the guys was like, "You have a YouTube channel?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, what do you do on there?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I just I just talk. I don't know what the hell I'm doing." And so I started to like tell him, you know, how it came about. Right? Exactly. Um, and I kind of told him how I ended up with a YouTube channel and all that, and I told him a couple of stories, and um, I remember when I was done, he looked around at everybody. He's like, "Does anybody else feel like you're fucking have a boring ass life after hearing that?" And that kind of made me think. I'm like, you know what? He's right. Like I have lived a very fucking like roller coaster of a life. Like my life has never been short of just insane, man. Like you can't say that my life was. Nobody could ever say I lived a boring life for sure. And I'm kind of thankful. I mean, a lot of people, especially when you've lived a wild ass life, like now, that's all I want to do. You know, is be chill and kind of live a. I almost tattooed slug life on my knuckles, like made out of like I drew it out with like slugs and snail shells and shit. But yeah, Warzone. That's the Call of Duty. I got that. I think I'm pretty sure I got that game, but I don't never play it. The only Call of Duty I play is Black Ops 4, and I only play zombies. And I really only play one map, and that's the arena. But I could play that map over and over. Matter of fact, I would love to play it right now, but I got to work in the morning. Right? But yeah, after all the wild shit I've been through, like I want to live a boring life now. Like I don't know. I do want to have some kids really, and or children. That's another one of those words that I try not to say. Kids. Kids are are animals. Kids are baby goats. Like male and female are animals. A man and a woman are humans. Children are baby humans, not kids. Exactly. I enjoy boring too. Like I love just chilling on this boat, man, with my dog. You know, I actually went ate out tonight, or I ordered some food to go from Logan's Roadhouse. Normally, I'm always trying so hard to save money, but the dudes at Logan's Roadhouse hooked me up, man. They gave me two steaks, like a whole like dozen rolls, even though I'm not supposed to be eating. I gave them all to BB because I'm kind of on a diet. No, that's what I was getting ready to say, Kim. I can never be bored. Like even at work, there's always something to learn, and learning excites me. You know, whether it's art, like sculpting or drawing something, or just memorizing. Like I've really been into like karmic laws and uh, the Kabbalistic tree of life. The um, what are you talking about, Abby? Sell my sperms, my unvaccinated sperms. Somebody should buy them. You would think they'd be worth hella money. If I was a chick, I would want to get pregnant by me. Maybe I'm biased. I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, there's always something to learn. There's always something to practice. Like I practice singing. I want to be able to sing better. I want to be better at playing guitar. I want to be able to sculpt. I want to know stuff. Like there's always something that I could be doing. You know what I'm saying? There, like I should never ever be bored because there's always something that I want to do that I could be doing. Hmm. Well, find me some buyers and I'll give you commission, Abby. You can sell them for me. You can be a dealer. Matter of fact, I might let you collect a specimen. Yeah, yeah, that is too bad because I'd get you pregnant. I told you that already. It's a shame. It just got hot up in here. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I was ever bored. I'm never bored. That's one of the reasons why I think I'm like an insomniac because I just like for me to sleep, I have to like turn the TV on and I have to like start to try to like focus my mind on what's happening on the TV because if I just like sit in silence, I, looks like I'm freezing up. Do it, Abby. It's like bombs going off in my mind. This. What about this? What about this? Oh, but what about this? And it's kind of like when I talk too, like I go off on tangents and shit because I just have these bombs going off in my head. Does it bother you guys that I like vape on these videos? Somebody told me I need to quit vaping. Is that unprofessional? I don't see anybody else ripping a big giant vape on their YouTube videos, but I ain't everybody else, I guess. That's what's up. Well, so what else can we talk about? I got these books, man. Like I need to probably like sit down and like make outlines and stuff, of things that I want to talk about and like highlight stuff. And I started talking about that dude OG Silverback. He's cool as hell. I just recently subscribed to that guy. Um, but he we're actually me and that guy are kind of a lot alike. We kind of got the same message. Like he and Chad Marks too. Like that's why Chad Marks does all that gory. His social media is all about. It's almost like a scared straight to try to scare people out of like thinking that gangster shit's cool and going to prison is where it's at. But I found out that OG Silverback dude. I'm actually thinking about hitting him up and asking, like, once I figure out how to do Zoom calls and record them and make YouTube videos out of Zoom calls, it's going to be on then, because I'm going to be hitting up cool people and having cool conversations with them, like-minded people. And I'm sure I could make some good content with the right people, to talk to. But yeah, OG Silverback, he's cool as hell. I like him. You guys should check him out. He had like 50,000 subscribers, but his videos were getting about 5,000 views. What's crazy is I got like 5,500 views on a dumbass video talking about getting picked up for a warrant for failure to pay. But then I made a video about some people actually trying to do me in, and that's some dramatic stuff. It don't get much wilder than that, and to live through something like that, to be able to tell about. And that video got what, 300-400 views? Don't make any sense to me. But it's not like the one that got the 5,500. Like, I had hashtags and thumbnails and stuff like that, but it was just like any other video. So I can't quite figure out. It just really don't make sense to me, like what videos are gonna be popular and what aren't. Because I think telling that story about them guys doing that was probably the craziest video that I've put out. That's kept me out of prison. What kept you out of prison? Wild Vegas women? Oh, men. Well, hell, I mean, I didn't go to prison or jail because I wanted to, trust me. I don't think anybody goes on purpose. Well, no, that's not true. Some people do go. Some people like stay in there on purpose. They know they're about to get out, and they'll get out and commit some crimes on purpose just because they don't want to pay bills. They don't want to have to pay rent. They don't want to have to pay for their food. They'd rather be up in there and getting meals served to them and a roof over their head, because they just can't get right on the street, I guess. That's crazy as hell to me. Right? Man, this is some sad shit right here. I can remember being in Trenton. I don't think I've told this story on YouTube yet. Um, but there was this really hot nurse in Trenton, and she looked just like Aaliyah. Actually, she looked exactly like Aaliyah. And some there was a rumor that went around about her, and some people were saying that she was actually a dude. There ain't no way that she was not a dude. I can promise you, she was no dude. But anyway, I was back in the ad seg, and like these savage ass dudes, man, like they would see her coming, and dude would like yell down the block like, "Yo, yo, here she comes, here she comes." And these guys would like be laughing, talking about, like playing with themselves to get a boner so that they could flash this nurse. And like, that's like raping somebody. Like she ain't trying to see that, but they're making her, you know what I mean? Like exposing herself to this girl. And I can remember thinking like, man, dude, like where the fuck am I at? And like, why am I here with these people? Like, I'm not one of them. Like, this is not for me. And I can remember thinking to myself, I would literally like cut off one of my fingers to just like, I don't even gotta have sex with a girl. Like, to just have a girl like lay in my bed and let me sleep next to her and smell her hair. I would cut one of my fingers off for that. And that's sad. Like when I think back on that and I think back to that moment when I was thinking that, like it shit makes me want to cry, man. But yeah, all them savage ass animalistic dudes trying to like, oh man, and it's actually worse than that. Like I just don't even there's some things I just don't even want to say on here, but like there's even more sicker things that I could say. But them dudes up in there do not care one bit. It's wild. I do got a lot of stories like that. I did tell you all the story about Dingman and Larry the other day, which is kind of something that I didn't think that I would say on the internet. Oh yeah. I wish I could hold somebody sometimes. It gets lonely out here on the boat. All I got is BB. She's a fat girl, but I hold her. Where you at, BB? Oh, she's right there. I just cleaned my car out tonight. Took my car to the car wash, and I got like this pet protector thing in the back seat. And so I like washed my car and vacuumed out my car. And golly, dude, BB is nasty. That whole thing was just disgusting. I vacuumed it out, but like I literally need to take it out and I've only had that car what 2 or 3 weeks, and she's got that thing so dirty, and she don't even do nothing but lay on my floor. Like I don't know how, but I guess just because of the skin problems she's been having, you know. But I'm glad I got that seat protector back there. Did I tell you guys the two people that were at T-Mobile? Yeah, I've tried every kind of shampoo. I've tried a Vino oatmeal, just everything. But that I think I don't know what it was. If the fish oils that I've been giving her, I changed her food. I only give her like this salmon food. Okay, so my Ducati. I'll show you my Ducati. Nah, I don't put no Head and Shoulders on her. They say you're not supposed to use human shampoo on animals. Uh, I think I've got a video of my Ducati in here. Some Head and Shoulders, eh? Come on, man. Whoa, that. Here we go. That's her. I should be able to take it on the tail of the dragon here within the next week or two. I want to wait till the leaves are like changed. Check me out with no tattoos. That's me and the guitarist from Slipknot right there. Yeah, I still got it. Can't really see. Why can't you see that? That's weird. Oh, it's the glare, maybe. Oh, there you can see. Hey, did I show you guys that I told you about the bird, right? Like Trying to like telepathically summon birds to land on me. Yeah, I'm gonna get a Harley too, Norma. I'm gonna get me like a Fat Boy or an old Softail or something. Or I don't know. I'm an old man now. I might as well get a bagger, huh? Uh, what was I say? Oh yeah, Abby, did I show you? Indians are cool. Um, yeah, I told you guys about this, right? Hi, Tanya. Just come out of nowhere. I was just talking about so many birds, like that's nuts. You hear that? So I was just talking about summoning birds. I'm talking about telepathically summoning birds, and that little bird just flew down and landed in my hand. Uh, you said Harley's on some woke shit? Because if they are, I might have to boycott them. You know, I used to use that word woke. They hijacked that whole term. I used that word before it was a thing. And you know, to me, it used to mean that you were aware. You were, you had been awakened to the true nature of reality. And now, if you say that word, it means that you use pronouns. And I don't care what anybody does. You know, it's your life. I'm not. It ain't up to me. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever the hell you want to do. Like I don't care if people are gay or whatever they want to do. But I don't like them trying to like brainwash people into it. You know what I mean? And like you should not have. I'm just gonna come out and say it. You should not have. Yeah, it should not be like forced on you, and you should not have kindergartners with trannies and fishnet stockings in the school library. You know what I mean? Like reading books to kids, and like it's crazy. Like every commercial on TV, it's like they're like forcing it down our throats, and they're trying to. I mean, so fuck it. I'm just gonna say what I feel. I used to be like super tolerant, you know, and I mean, I still am. Like I don't hate nobody. I don't want to beat nobody up, but I I am like somewhat. It does kind of piss me off now that they are like forcing that on us. Abby, so I kind of already got a shovel head, to tell you the truth. It's actually a pan shovel. It's got the top end of a pan head and the lower end of a shovel head. And so I think Sunday Chamberlain quit watching my shit because I said fuck Harleys. It was when I was drunk though, and I'm sure like after I thought about it, I'm like, this is probably that's. I don't know why I would have said that because I like Harleys, but I'm sure I was drunk and somebody said something about a Harley, and I was like, fuck Harleys, and I'm sure this is the reason why because like when I was in prison, my dad told me, I'm giving you, he's got a 69 electric glide. And he had it all restored, all back to original. I think it's an 80 cubic inch. It's a pan shovel. It's a 1969 electric glide pan shovel. And anyway, like he had this dude restore the whole bike, bring it all back. It's got like Coker white wall tires on it, solo seat. It's fresh as hell. And he had this dude sending pictures to me in prison, like here's your bike. Like my dad gave me this shit while I was locked up. I guess he thought I was gonna be locked up forever and never thought I was really coming home, so he could just give the shit to me and it wouldn't matter. But anyway, I get out and I'm like, hey, what's up with that Harley? You know? And he act like he didn't even know what I was talking about. So, like, whatever. It's not that I really wanted that bike that bad, but don't fucking give me some shit and then pretend like you never did it. Like, so I guess it made me a little salty just that he like Indian gave me a motorcycle, but you know, I'm perfectly capable of getting my own motorcycle. I don't need one given to me. But just the fact that he he did that kind of got my goat a little bit. My dad's got a badass chopper. Um, Pretty sure it was made by Eddie Trotta. It was it was featured. It was on the cover of Hot Bike magazine, and it's called the Double XL, the XXL, and it's root beer metallic. It's all chromed out, got the raked out front end. It's sick. Got an alligator seat, um, gold foil, like actually like 24 karat gold foil on the tanks and stuff. But yeah, it's nice. But he's too he don't need to be driving anymore. Like my dad's only like 67 years old, but you'd think he's 87. I don't. I guess it's like diabetes that's messed him up. But anyway, I wonder I might have some pictures of that too. What y'all think about that? Nobody even said nothing about the damn bird. That don't trip y'all out, man. That fucking trips my mind. I got so many just stories that are just crazy, unbelievable. You'll probably think I'm lying, but how can you think I'm lying when I just showed you a video of it? You didn't see the bird I just showed you? I told you I telepathically summoned a fucking bird. I went live on Facebook, and this is a screen recording of the Facebook Live. Look at that little bird. It just flew down and landed in my hand as I was talking about telepathically summoning a bird. Can you hear the words? I was just talking about summoning birds. Like, that's nuts. I said, I was just talking about summoning bird. That's nuts. I said, how crazy is that? That's the universe. Then that's the second time. So I was talking about the first. So I didn't tell you guys this before. When I was in prison, I used to spray out trash cans every day and dump them out, and there'd be little pieces of corn floating around, and flocks of birds would come and eat this corn. Well, that whole time I was in there like studying magic. I'm reading books about vibrations and energies, and I'm telepathically talking to these birds, telling them in my mind, trying to tell them to come land on me, because I knew that if a bird fucking landed on me while I was asking a bird to land on me and with my thoughts, I would know, that's my proof. Like magic, magic is real. And a bird never landed on me in prison, but 2 weeks after being home, I was at this dude Justin's house helping him build a fence. I go to sit down. He went to go get more fence posts because we ran out of posts. He got on the tractor and went to get more posts. I sat down on 4 bags of concrete, and this blue jay flew down and landed on my shoulder. I mean, you call it spirit power, I call it magic. the source, the vibrational energy. Like it's all God to me. If you ask me, like I don't even like that word God, but yeah, yeah, that's crazy. So I that girl that I was with in that video, she asked me to come to her house and play guitar. So I go over there. I'm sitting on her porch playing guitar, singing, and she looks around and she said, "All these birds are here because of you." She said, "I watch these birds every day, and they're never all here at the same time, but they're here all at the same time. It's because they're listening to you." So I set the guitar down and I started telling her that story about the blue jay landed on my shoulder. And while I was telling her about the blue jay landed on me, that little bird just flew down and landed in my hand and stayed. That bird, I mean, that bird stayed for like probably at least 30 minutes. Right. Somebody said, "Oh, he saw that tattoo on your neck and he thought you were his father." Right? Yeah, I've never heard of anybody else that summoned a bird before. I summoned a rich lady with a moon spell once too. I told y'all about that. I'm thinking about cutting my beard off. Should I cut it off like this? My mom is always trying to get me to. Well, what if I could summon another bird? Yeah, that'd be badass. Well, matter of fact, like the day after that bird flew down, a bird flew through the window of my truck, like flew in the truck, and was like flopping around all over, and like got stuck behind the seat, and I was afraid it was going to break its wings or something, but I finally got the bird out. I put that shit on Facebook too, a video of it. But yeah, I haven't actually tried to summon any more birds, but maybe I should start trying again. I know there was one day there were two crows or ravens or rooks or whatever the hell, big ass blackbirds, like on this old dead tree. And I looked at somebody I worked with. I said, "Hey, look, it's Hugin and Moon," and I was like, "It's Odin's birds." And as soon as I said that, that one of them turned around and went, "Rah!" And like squawked at me. And I swear to God, like I felt like that bird heard me and was talking back. Like, hell yeah. Yeah, if I could get like a couple of them to come down all at once, that would be totally sick ass. Yeah, hell. Um, yeah, you're right. You could do anything you put your mind to, man. It's all in your head. Exactly. I will summon flocks of birds, and they will not poop on me. I have. I've done it twice. But so the first bird though, I didn't even know he was there. I didn't even know that bird was there. Like I just sat down and the dude just flew down and landed on me. And everybody was like, "Man, blue jays are mean." Or yeah, blue jay. It was a blue jay, and everybody was talking about how those birds are mean as hell. But that bird was cool. He just floated right down and landed right on my shoulder, and I was afraid to move my head. I'm looking sideways. I'm like, oh, if I couldn't believe it, because I was wanting that for a while. Like I was focusing on that happening, and I just couldn't believe that it like out of nowhere it just happened. But I wasn't actively looking at that bird and trying to telepathically talk to it because I didn't even know it was there. It just flew down, and I think there must be like a lag or something because I just asked y'all that like 3 minutes ago. All right, I won't cut it. I won't cut it, girls. I'll keep it for you. Hey, did I ever tell you guys I love you? I love all of you guys, every single one of you. But yeah, it's after 9. I should probably try and get some sleep. That's awesome, and I appreciate it, man. Like you guys have no idea how much I appreciate you. What's up, Noel? Hello back from Tennessee. You caught me right when I was about to get off here. I got to be up at 4 in the morning. Yeah, I always hate to get off of these. But this has been a pretty good one, I feel like. I feel you. That's what this channel's all about. That's why it's called Jacob's Ladder, because it's all about coming up, ascension, evolution. You guys like my shirt? This was this is my work shirt. I think it says who I work for on the back. Yep, it does. I was just wondering why is it feels hot in here. It's because my air conditioner's on low, I guess. Yes, sir. Thank you. And you also. May you be blessed in all of your endeavors. Hell yeah. Clean as hell. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, Quantum Stellar. I need some divine feminine in my life. Yes, ma'am. You too, Noel. Yeah, women are definitely that divine and crazy. We're all a little crazy. Just some people are a little more crazier than others, I guess. I don't know. I remember talking to Diana. She's like it's like a rich lady, but she don't act like she's better than anybody, which is crazy. She she's like totally like down to earth. Like a lot of rich people are snobby, stuck up. But I remember after we've been talking for a couple months, I was like, "You don't think I'm insane?" And she said, "I think you're the sanest person I've met in 20 years." That's pretty wild. But I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that do think I'm crazy. Yes, ma'am. Good night, Norma. Sleep good. I'm sure you'll be seeing me around. I'm gonna. I know I say the same thing over and over. I want to try and do more videos. Uh, and I am. I wouldn't mind doing this hell every night, but I'm afraid y'all will get tired of me. So I think twice a week. What do they say? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Never what, Noel? Oh, every night is good. All right, well, I will try to do one every night. Like I got my little exercise equipment in the mail, so I'm about to go down and get that and set that up here on the boat. So I'm hoping to at least do like 30 to 45 minutes of exercising, but I should be able to, at least put in an hour to this. Hopefully, every night or at least every other night or something. Oh, I already know, bro. Like I try to pray without ceasing. Like I don't I'm constantly in, like I even like feel like I talk with like my grandmothers even too, and I can like even hear them talking to me. It's like I don't know if it's just like I know what they would say if they were here, and it just pops in my mind like that. But I do like I always I'm always like have my eyes open. I'm always looking for like signs, and I'm always seeking guidance, I guess you could say. Good night, Norma. Well, I'm glad you won't get bored of me, Noel. I'm really proud to have some people that care what I have to say. Makes me feel good. That's what's up, man. That's awesome. Love you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna take it down. I'm starting to feel my sleeping pill kicking in, so I'm gonna try and get a good night's sleep, and I may have a 3 day weekend this week. We'll see. If I do, we'll do some more lives. Maybe I'll go out on my little boat, on my little canoe boat. Yes, sir. See all you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks again for everybody showing up. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Have a good night, guys.